I'm from Detroit and I'm here to say Smeggies Cave is Pro 2A. So if you don't like guns, just hit the road and you're a jerk and also a toad.
You should have said chode.
That would have been better. I am not a
But
freestyle rap expert, but
yeah, you are. That was pretty expert.
What about Alamode in there?
Like
Alamode
pie a la mode.
with ice cream?
I don't know. I just know that they're trying to take my guns away 'cause I'm not shot up a school. They're trying to take my guns away, but dude, that just ain't cool. And I ain't gonna let them take away my right. Put my money where my mouth is and stand up and fight. I'm sorry, Mr. Bloomberg, you're just out of luck. 'Cause I'm 2A as fuck. I really like the chorus. I need to work on the verses. They need to be longer.
Did you make that up?
Yeah.
Dude, you're a fucking songwriter.
A little bit, yeah. I just can't drum and sing at the same time.
Well,
Can
But
you?
yeah, I wrote up a whole thing. I got three verses or four verses, and the chorus is the same. It kicks in with the I ain't gonna let them take away my rights. But um yeah, I need to work on it. I was thinking of maybe combining a couple verses together, so then they end up being like four lines each. But I don't know. Been messing around with the idea.
oh, I like it. It's pretty good.
Well, thank you.
I thought it was a song someone else wrote because it was like pretty put together.
No,
But
I made that up walking home. Well, actually, I actually made it up a while ago, and I forgot a lot of the stuff that I said. I just remembered the chorus, so I had to like rewrite the verses last night. So when I was walking home, I wrote those, and then I got home and I popped on a live stream and just did it, and then ended it. So I have a little 3-minute video over on my channel of me singing that.
oh shit, I'm gonna see that after when I leave the cave.
Yeah. And I'm open. I even said in there, like, I'm open for suggestions. So I'm hoping people comment like, oh, what about saying, like whatever. Bump stocks are chunks of plastic and they don't kill no one. If you're whatever. I'm sick of hearing teenagers take away my guns. I don't know. See, now I'm not in a creative mood right now, so I guess I'm not good at it. But
Yeah.
open to
Well,
suggestions.
Detroit.
Does that mean you're not on the heroin right now?
Well, my theory is I don't think drugs and writing music go together. That's why we kicked out the stoner from our band. Because I don't think there's any example of people who do drugs that are in the music industry. That just seems impossible to me.
Not successful artists.
No, not a single one. Actually, that might be why our band didn't do shit. Because we were all straight edge.
Look at the Beatles. To make it gun related, John Lennon got shot, but
Oh yeah. You could have said the Beatles, and then might have had a album named Revolver.
oh yeah. Happiness is a warm gun.
That is a true statement. There's something nice about a nice warm gun.
One time I did a mag dump with an AK and then touched the front of the barrel. So that wasn't
or just to see.
it was an accident. Like, I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, I've done that one. Well, I did that with my AR. I was like setting it back down on the table and it kind of shifted a little. And so instinctively, like I went to kind of catch it and the barrel hit like my forearm. So I had a nice like sizzle mark on my forearm for the next couple months.
Yeah, I got a I like bumped mine, so I had like a burn mark of the Lantac dragon on my arm.
Well, that's kind of neat. It's like a good way
Yeah.
to get a new like tattoo.
I
Well, a
should
new
take a
brand.
picture of it and send it to them.
You sure? They might have sent you another one. Be like, hey, brand loyalty. Ha, get it? Brand.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
those things are pretty awesome though. Everyone else hates you when you're shooting it, but
That's the sign of a good break.
yeah. The whole range is like, what the fuck? And I didn't
Uh,
get it at first, and then I let someone else shoot my rifle, and I was like, ooh, okay, now I get it. That's horrible.
you're like, that's what I've been doing all this time? No wonder no one wants to go shooting with me.
Yeah, no wonder everyone's like looking over and moving. The blast is like fucking crazy. It's loud as hell, like it hurts. Even it's kind of loud through like your ear pro, but if you just have like the foamy earplugs in, I mean it still sucks.
And so that's I just went to the shooting range Saturday with my neighbor, and it was actually pretty good. We met up with one of his friends, and we were the only three like in that set of lanes. Like they have like two sets that have 5 lanes in each, and there was no one on the right hand side, so they put all three of us over on the right hand side. And anyways, it was pretty nice. But normally when I go to the indoor range, I'll put the foam things in and put muffs on.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
It's so echoey, and especially the one side that's normally where they put the rifles and stuff. I mean, if there's a bunch of people, then like anyone can go rifle. But yeah, I remember one time this guy was shooting an AR pistol, and he had like a crazy break on it. I don't know what kind it was. I just know he was next to me, and like when I was shooting, the flame from him shooting was like getting in my vision. Like it was coming across over into like my lane. Like that's how far it was shooting it out. And it was loud as hell.
Yeah,
Was,
that's fucking awesome. I like shit like that. I mean, everyone else hates you, but
yeah. But it's pretty neat. So, although I think with the AR pistols, all the ones that like throw the stuff forward, I think are a lot nicer.
well, I have the Dragon and their bolt carrier group, and that stuff kind of makes a difference. Like that shit is pretty nice.
So what's so cool about the bulk carrier group?
I don't really know specifics, but I know there's some kind of pin or something, cam pin maybe. It's domed,
Hmm.
so it doesn't I don't know, wear your upper or something. I don't really know. It's slick. It's nice.
Okay. Yeah, I was just asking. I'm not really familiar with it, so
It's
you've
silver.
noticed the difference between like a regular mil-spec bolt carrier or whatever.
Yeah, so I built this rifle. My cousin and I did this thing where we challenged each other to build a AR for like as cheap as you can make it, but it had to like function correctly, and then it had to shoot. Like we had a little shooting contest at the end, so you had to be able, to do the targets.
Did you start with one of them $130 ARs from building?
From where?
From a build?
Oh yeah.
You can just walk into a building and walk out with a $130
Yeah,
AR.
$130. That's what I started with, and then I didn't really need anything because they're amazing. But no, but so for real, I built an AR. I think my total was like 450 bucks. So anyway, it shot good, whatever. Then I started upgrading that one. So Like when I got the Landtech Dragon, I took the normal, A2 thing off, and put that on. And then I had a like Ares armor bolt carrier in there, and then put the EBCG in. And then I think I have their CNC trigger too. Anyway, the rifle was like a brand new rifle after the break in the bolt carrier group.
Yeah, I still think the best upgrade I did to mine was putting in the ALG trigger.
Is it like what kind of trigger is that?
Well, it's still like it's supposedly still like a mil spec or whatever, but it's like Teflon phosphate coated or something. Like it's coated and then it's polished up real nice. So, and actually it comes with two springs. So you can put the one spring in and actually make it a lighter trigger, or you can put the one that is like the same, same pound pull as like whatever the mil spec is, but it's like way smoother. You know how sometimes the triggers would be like a little gritty. This thing is just butter smooth, and I ended up putting the lighter spring in. So I'm like, yeah, what the hell? It'll be fine.
Is it nice?
Oh, it's super nice. And the thing was like $60. So like when people talk about like upgrading and not spending a bunch of money or whatever, like, are $200 triggers even nicer than that? Yeah, probably. But if you want to get like 10 times better for just $60, like go with that route. And then if you want to get like, 1% better than that, you spend the extra 100. Like, you get most of the improvement just off the first thing.
Well, so I'd never shot like a, fancy drop-in trigger thing. Well, I had never owned one until I got this. It's like a CMC trigger, but a Landtech trigger. Dude, you gotta stop that. It's tripping me out. But yeah, so I had never owned one. So when I got this Landtech trigger and put it in, it was actually pretty nice, and I think it's a pretty expensive trigger. So
I can say, is that one of the ones that's like a little like cassette thing? Like all the pieces are all put together?
yeah, it's like a little pod, and then you like I'm pretty sure all I did was just like take the old trigger out and then literally drop this in and like drive the pins in.
Yeah, see the ALG is still all the
Like a
separate.
put together thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing was like I like the what do you call it? The blade, the trigger blade, the trigger face, the shaft, whatever you know what I mean?
Like the trigger part of the trigger.
Yeah, the actual trigger. I like that one because it's got like these 3 holes in it or whatever, and it looks kind of cool. But I don't know, it's like comfortable. So is yours like comfortable like that?
Mine is it's shaped like the mil-spec one. Like it's just a little curved trigger.
Yeah, mine's a curve, but it's not, it's like a wide curve.
I mean, I've never.
I mean, I just like I'm curious to like try,
I
I like to try things out. But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. So I definitely really like mine.
Why have this other like it's an adjustable trigger? Dude, that thing's horrid.
Well, maybe you just didn't adjust it all the way right.
You have to fiddle with it a lot because then it gets too light. So I have the trigger in one of my 22 AR-15s, and so sometimes that thing like double taps because the trigger's fucked.
Are you saying it's a multi-burst trigger activator?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I think it's like too it's too light maybe, or it's something's fucked up about it because it's kind of. I think the bolt carrier going forward
Oh,
and
it
keep
it like the momentum bounces it a little bit and it comes off the sear.
yeah, like it's too like it's way too the spring on her or whatever is too light, so it's just like. So there's been a couple times where I'm like, "Whoa, did that just happen?" Yes, it did.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know a ton like about triggers. Like I said, I like mine because it's really smooth and whatnot, and it wasn't a huge expense. But yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with like super fancy ones. But I figure, a lot of people who know stuff about triggers seem to like some certain like fancy expensive ones, so maybe it's worth it. I kind of look at it as, especially with my skill level now, my equipment is not what is like affecting my
Yeah,
accuracy
that's
or
not
any
the
of that stuff.
limitation.
Like
It's
I'm the problem. So, and I don't want to get in that thing of like, oh, I just need to like buy skill. Like, oh, I'm not that good. If I just buy more expensive stuff, I'll be better.
right. If I put a laser on this, then I'll be the best.
If I reduce my caliber, if I narrow my caliber just enough, I'll hit better.
Well, that's why I'm trying. That's why I'm sticking with 9. I mean, I'm scared to go any bigger because, like, obviously, I'm not good enough for 40. You've made that perfectly clear when you insult me all the time.
What are you talking about? I don't even carry 40. Now I'm insulted.
I carry 40. I'm insulted.
Calibrist.
I just know you're always making fun of 9.
Well,
You carry 45, don't you? Then
now, yeah. I'm 357.
right? Yeah, because you have the.
Decent American calibers.
I do like 357. That's a nice round.
But your dilemma is, of course, it's a revolver caliber. Then you've got that issue.
Exactly.
I want to bring humidity into it.
Yeah. Although, I mean, I shot yesterday Pomade's Rhino in 357, and like I have to say, I like the thing. I still think it's ugly as all can be, but I just like that recoil impulse is like so different from what I'm normally used to, and it's nice. It just comes straight back at you, like it does not lift up at all. So I don't want to necessarily, give Yankee any credit or whatever, but I kind of get it why he likes the thing. All right. Is anyone else out there watching? I see Pants, but he said he's busy. No other comments on the gun channel side asking for links. I sent a bunch out, so there's some of the usual suspects. So
Maybe we should have trivia.
okay. Go ahead, ask a trivia question.
Um, I don't know.
I actually did have fun doing the trivia thing when I was pulling them off of the Instagram. That was a fun adventure.
Well, was that a channel you found?
Well, it was Vortex's Instagram thing. I can redo it. Did you not see it?
I saw that. Did you see where someone talked shit to them about it?
No. I mean, I was finding them like as they were posting them, I was reading them off. Like there was one night I was getting them like 10 seconds in.
Oh, that's right. They were posting them, and you were reading them as they were posting them, kind of thing.
Right. But I did have fun doing it. I don't know, I'm not good at thinking up trivia questions. Oh, here's a trivia question. How many bump stocks have been turned in to the Denver police since they were banned in January?
0.
13. 42.
It's 0. You were correct. It is 0. And that's one of those things, like, I didn't even know that thing went through. I guess it's just like a city ordinance. It's not a state level. So it's only for the city of Denver.
Oh, I didn't know that. Or I didn't hear that part of it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a city ordinance. I talked about it earlier in the afternoon cave. Found a bunch of articles about it.
I was going back and forth to the van. Oh, Angelina missed all the van stuff because of her missing half the van chat. Or actually, was it half? Some portion of the van chat. You weren't there when I went in the van, did you? Were you?
No, you went to the van?
I was all up in the van.
That sucks.
Pointing the camera at things. I went remote. I guess I could technically go remote from here in this chat. I have to work up my nerve.
You know, you could just pull the chat up and then screen share it and find the part where you went to the van.
It's like low res and shit though when he does that.
But isn't it low res when I do it live also?
I don't know.
Low res. I live my life low res. Low res life.
LOL.
It is. You know that, don't you have a decal that says something to the effect of 2A as fuck?
I think so.
Smeggy, were you inspired by Angelina's decals? Can you compose that one, that refrain?
Like in my ode royalties?
Oh, I was thinking it was like an ode to, but maybe.
Oh, I thought you were going for royalties.
Well, I was going to say that maybe there's some way that can have like music play, like one of those websites back in the day that you'd open it up and it would start playing some
like an Angel Fire website.
Yeah, exactly. Smeggy could be singing as soon as somebody opens up that decal.
So I totally had an Angel Fire website, and it was about sticks.
The pieces of wood.
The band.
Okay.
I totally was picturing like parts of trees.
What's Six? Name a song that Six sings.
Like Queen of Spades or Blue Collar Man, Renegade,
okay.
Lorelei, Babe.
That's what I know as Renegade.
Crystal Ball. Heavy Metal Poisoning. Just look it up and get Smeggy copyrighted.
No thanks.
I've got a 10-minute video on population. If you'd like to take a look.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, anyway, I was like 13, so.
This was like on your own on the weekends and after.
Yeah, yeah, like after school and shit. My fucking Sticks webpage, Angel Fire webpage.
Wow, these questions fucking suck. Here's a trivia question. The grooves most commonly used in modern rifling have fairly sharp what?
What are teeth?
The correct answer is edges.
Oh.
What the hell kind of question is that? And then every other question so far, the first like 50 are about Winchester. So I guess if you really know a bunch about Winchester, then you're good to go.
There's my dinosaur with the white background. Is that 12 inches? Damn, that's feet.
Oh my God. They just snuck this question in here. For purposes of gun safety, access to functioning firearms can be prevented by keeping the firearm in what condition?
Locked?
Well, crazier than that. Disassembled.
Oh,
This
okay.
count as trivia?
That sounds like the
Oh my God, dude, I think this is secretly anti-gun. So then the one right after that. In gun safety, what is a trigger lock used for? To prevent the trigger from being pulled. Great. Next one. Often, guns will discharge if the gun is what? Answer, dropped. Are you freaking kidding me? Unless it's a SIG 320, guns have had drop safeties like fucking forever.
is that the firearm safety certificate from California? Because that sounds a lot like the stupid shit in that test.
No, this is trivia playing, and then there's like triviaplaying.com, and then there's like categories. I went to firearms.
Well, I've been talking this whole time with the mute on.
Spent shell casings can be what when ejected?
You two
Dangerously hot. Access to guns is a major risk factor for youth. What? Suicide. Like, what the fuck, dude? This is total propaganda. Huh? A bullet designed to expand on impact is often called a what? What do you guys think that answer is?
Dum dum, a dum dum.
Yeah, G-Web's got it right. I've never heard of that before.
Because they're like, I'm from the 40s, you see?
It's called a dum dum.
Yep, that's what your grandpa would have. No, wait, your great great grandpa would have called it.
Yeah, all these questions were either like super easy or just like very poorly worded. When discharged, a firearm can emit hot gases, powder, and other what?
Pollutants.
High velocity debris.
Oh. It's always classier when they can throw the word debris in there.
In 2013, Winchester brought back which iconic rifle? This is actually a question.
What year?
In 2013, Winchester brought back this iconic rifle.
Ray gun.
That is incorrect.
Flippy in here?
God, no. Okay, fine. I'll just answer it. It is the model 1873.
Oh yeah, if you're waiting for me, I had no idea what that was.
Well, seeing Pants is talking pretty regularly out there too, so I was wondering if he wanted to jump in. I don't know this one. The first Winchester rifle, the Winchester model 1866, was nicknamed what?
The Killer.
Nope.
The which one?
The model 1866.
The Shocker.
Yellow Boy?
Good job, G-Webs. The Yellow Boy because of its receiver of bronze/brass alloy.
My next guess was going to be the Dirty Sanchez.
Oh, maybe Flippy is in here.
Zing.
All right, I am getting off this website because that sucks. How stuff works. Let's see what their gun quiz is like. It's probably about like function or whatever.
I love that show.
Is that the Canada one?
I believe so.
I think how it works or how it's made or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no, that's how it's made.
One was on Hulu, like a shit ton of them on Hulu. I'm pretty sure it was Canadian because they were a little bit weird.
Yeah, that's how it's made.
They don't ever talk or nothing, right? Or if they do,
It's like there's like an awkward
everything-
silence. Yeah, everything has an awkward silence to it.
Well, that sounds like Canadian.
And all their
So I'll
spelling
just take
is
the
wrong.
quiz and try and get all these right answers. This one's have multiple choice. I don't know how good it's going to be just based on the first question, but whatever. We're having fun playing trivia, guys. Which firearm became especially popular with Prohibition-era gangsters?
Tommy gun, what?
Exactly.
Sawed-off bar.
The old Chicago typewriter.
Oh my god. What do you call the spiral grooves cut into the bore of a gun? Come on, we all know that.
The shoulder thing that goes up.
Yes, that is one of the options, so.
The trigger.
I clicked on buttstock. Why isn't it giving me the right answer? Those were the options. Breech, buttstock, and rifling.
Breach.
I go, okay, buddy. Whatever. A dedicated sniper would most likely use this type of firearm.
What is a pistol?
That is incorrect. That's not even an option.
A pistol with a bump stock.
Oh, okay, that's an option. I think I'll just click bolt action rifle for the fun of it.
Oh, this is like a you got to click the answer type of thing.
Yeah. What is James Bond pistol manufacturer of choice?
The Walther.
Obviously. But one of the options is Gatling gun. That'd make the movies a lot more interesting.
Yeah, a lot quicker.
Which submachine gun is nicknamed the Chicago Typewriter?
This is all the same quiz.
Yeah.
I feel like I already won that question.
Yeah, like ding 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 again.
See. Yeah, exactly. Also called the Tommy gun and a number of other nicknames. The Thompson submachine gun is known as the Chicago Typewriter in real life and in Resident Evil 4. Just in case you were wondering.
Does it say that?
Yeah. I haven't been reading their little descriptions because like it's been dumb, but I found that interesting. They're like, you may also recognize this from a video game. Where was the first gunpowder weapon developed? In China.
They make everything.
Okay, maybe I should be reading these because this is another kind of dumb quiz, but Oh, what's up, Hottie? See ya. Anyways, according to scholars and archaeologists, China gave the world what it needed for spaghetti and spaghetti westerns. The first firearms that used gunpowder to launch a projectile came from the Yang dynasty in the 13th century. These bronze hand cannons weren't very accurate, but they must have scared the heck out of their enemies. Which weapon was known as the Peacemaker?
That Colt revolver, right?
Colt revolver.
You mean the M1873?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm glad they said that because it not like all the options were Colts because I wouldn't have known which one. But they gave you the Colt M1873 Smith & Wesson Model 10 or Springfield something or other. So I was like, what? That's almost like which the Colt Peacemaker was which model, and then there's only one Colt option. Which pistol did John Browning design to accept the 45 caliber cartridge, which was developed first in 1904?
I'm surprised Bob didn't jump on when he heard that one.
Well, it's not the high power though. That's not the answer.
Well, but it's the 1911. That's good enough, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he likes 1911s. He only likes high powers.
High powers.
It was not, in fact, the Glock 17, as was one of the options.
Really one of the options?
Yeah. Which weapon was hailed by General Patton as, and then quotes, the greatest battle implement ever devised?
The tank?
No, it's a gun. It's either the AK-47, the M1 Garand, or the Spencer carbine.
The Grand.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know what the Spencer carbine is.
A gun from, well, the Spencer was probably one of the guns like they would have killed the buffaloes with. So a gun from like the cowboy or the Indian Wars, or like a gun from after you were dead, or a gun from your actual campaign that you were on in the war you were in.
Yeah. And so, well, like I said, I didn't know the Spencer. I knew it. Obviously, it's not the AK. Oh, G-Wubs will love this question. Which 9mm subgun was developed for the Israeli army?
Easy.
Wait, what was the question? I think it's easy.
Which 9mm submachine gun was developed for the Israeli army?
Okay, Uzi.
Yeah, what's nice is when G-Wub said easy, it sounds like Uzi.
Oh, yeah. Dang. I gave her an answer.
You didn't give me the answer. I knew. I thought that's what he said, but I wanted to make sure. That's why I said I didn't hear, but I think it's easy.
I feel like I gave you the answer.
I've been getting a lot of these right with no help, so obviously you can still know things.
Oh, this is a question for G-Webs because it's not about 9mm. Name the most popular weapon on the planet, with more than 75 million made since the 1940s.
Isn't that, could it be even easier? It can't be any easier.
It's obviously the M16 or the STG-44, right?
Is that what they gave us the other options?
Yeah.
Nice. You know what the answer is?
I'm gonna guess AK-47. Let's read what they have to say about that. Can you hear the familiar clash clack? That's the sound of a soldier or terrorist preparing his AK-47 for operation. Are you fucking kidding me? This thing sucks. It's not the most elegant weapon, but the AK-47 developed by Mykola Kalashnikov for the Soviet Red Army is cheap to make and flat out works in any condition or environment. So other than the fact they called it a terrorist gun.
I guess you could call it a terrorist gun.
Yeah, but still.
Created by terrorists and used by terrorists.
What's up, Fine Ape? We're playing trivia. Play along. So far, they've all been pretty easy. Which firearm can rightfully be called the first assault rifle?
Only one.
The first assault rifle?
Mm-hmm. Would you like the options? I can give you those.
Yeah, what are the options? I think I know what I'm going to say. What are the options?
Okay. AK-47,
Okay.
H&K G3,
Mm-hmm.
Sturmgewehr 44.
The STG.
Yep.
You need to get like a ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah,
Pick
I mean,
up
considering
over-
doesn't Sturmgewehr mean like assault rifle or something? Like,
No, it
Oh,
means like storm gun.
oh yeah,
doesn't it?
storm rifle. It actually says in the answer here. Germany introduced the Sturmgewehr, and in parentheses, storm rifle 44, in 1943 with a 30-round detachable box magazine and fully automatic firing. The SCG-44 launched the assault rifle category and spawned a number of similar designs. Oh boy, what does the AR stand for in the popular AR-15?
assault rifle, automatic rifle.
Assault,
Advanced,
yeah, assault
advanced
rifle.
recoil, assault rifle, or armor light rifle? Well, I think I know that answer.
I want it to be advanced recoil, but I know that's not what it is.
Good recoil.
A lot of people get this wrong, so don't feel bad if you guessed assault rifle. In reality, AR is an abbreviation from the armor light rifle. Armor light refers to the company that came up with the original design in the 1950s.
Automatic rifle.
Yeah, it should have had assault rifle and automatic rifle in there, that just to
Yeah.
throw people even more off. Which conflict saw the first widespread use of the M16?
Vietnam, right?
That's what I'm going to click on. The other options are Civil War and Korean War.
Ooh.
I don't know if they were around during the Korean War, but yeah, it was the Vietnam. So what do we use in the Korean War then?
Probably the M1 still.
The U.S. introduced the M16 during the Vietnam War as a rifle that never needed cleaning. This proved to be wishful thinking, especially with early designs. Still, the lightweight nature of the M16 combined with its low recoil made it a popular weapon.
World War II ended what, in 47?
Yeah.
So Korea was 50. So they basically just used stuff from World War II, and then Vietnam was like 60 something.
Yeah, well, I mean, the question previous had mentioned that Armalite designed the thing in the 50s, so that's why I wasn't sure if it was around for that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But maybe
But
they
that was
designed it
when,
after the Korean War when
but
they
that was-
realized the stuff they had wasn't very good for what they needed.
Well, I don't know so much about that. I think that I don't know. I mean, I'm no scholar on Armalite, but I'm pretty sure it was more of Armalite was an aircraft engineer, and so he was familiar with the materials of aluminum and plastic, and was just farting around, seeing if they can make a better gun that way. I don't know if it was like an answer to a question, in other words, or if it was like, hey, can this be done? And then, oh, wow, it totally can.
So this one I'll give you the options because it'd be hard without them. When someone thinks shotgun, this is the firearm the person most likely imagines. The
We don't need
Spaz 12, the Remington 870, or the Pancord jackhammer.
870.
Yeah. But like if you didn't have the options, you'd be like, I don't know,
Oh, yeah,
like
I'd
a
probably
fucking
say like the
Mossberg
Mossberg
500, and then
Yeah.
you get the answer wrong.
What is a pancake jackhammer, though?
You don't know the jackhammer? That's the one where like it's got the drum mag that comes preloaded. It's like a revolver kind of shotgun thing.
What? You're talking about a street sweeper?
Oh, it's like a newer one.
No, it's that weird fucking RoboCop shitty shotgun.
Oh, like one of the dual barrel pumps? Not dual barrel, dual magazine pumps?
No, I don't know if it actually
I got
became
it right here.
a real thing.
Pancake jackhammer.
That didn't get what big, but like this,
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
like those come like preloaded. These little like
Magazine drums.
magazine things, yeah. And I guess it's like a bullpup magazine shotgun. That's kind of cool. See the cutaway and stuff.
How long's that been around? Or is that just a video game gun?
No, it's a real gun. Hey,
I
look,
don't
it's
think they
Bob's
actually
favorite
made a
friend.
mention, though.
Um, oh, it must have been in this movie, whatever this was. Oh, Total Recall. It's not really. That's not really the same thing, is it? Oh, snap! Look at this little tiny one. That is pretty cool.
Is that for Legos or is it just a miniature?
It's probably just like, for people that like a little plastic miniature thing.
Huh.
I thought that'd be a funny meme, but it was not. It was not humorous at all. So, anyway, let's go back to the quiz. Next question. If you were an 18th century coachman, which weapon would you likely carry to repel highway bandits? 18th century, so we're talking 1700s?
Like a, what do they call them? Blunderbuss?
That is indeed the first option. The other options were Gatling gun or Tommy gun.
Oh,
Blundum.
that
Make
coach
the
gun.
blunderbuss.
I was going to say coach gun, so you got that one on me.
Oh, wait, wrong answer. What the fuck? I got one wrong.
What was it?
Gatling gun.
Wait, oh, okay. I accidentally clicked Gatling gun as I was clicking blunderbuss. So I did get it right. I just clicked the wrong thing. It says flintlock shotguns were popular in the 18th century. One such gun featured a flared muzzle and was nicknamed the blunderbuss, or went by the name as blunderbuss, which was Dutch for what? I'm not going to read the answer. I'm making up my own trivia. Blunderbuss is Dutch for what?
I don't know.
I don't know that.
Bus.
Blunderbuss.
Mistaken bus.
I'll
Embarrassed vehicle.
give a second for the audience to catch up, and now I'm going to answer. It is Dutch for thunder gun.
Hmm.
Oh, that's cool. Bus is gun.
And blunder, thunder, that makes sense.
Where's the bus stop? And then they direct you to the gun show. That's cool.
I'm still really upset that it said wrong answer because I know I tried to click blunderbuss. That's why I was very confused when it's like wrong answer. I'm like, how the hell could it be a Gatling gun or a Tommy gun?
But now you
I
got
realized
that on the quiz.
it
Now.
thought.
You can't win. You can't win. You got a wrong answer on it now because you.
I know, that's why I'm upset. Like when I'm all said and done, it's gonna be like, you got 99% right. I'll be like, fuck you.
You're almost pretty good.
Which handgun did Dirty Harry make famous?
With the Wesson.
Yeah, the Smith and Wesson. Was it 6 something?
If Smith and Wesson wanted people to remember the names of their models, then they would make them coherent.
Yeah, it's the M29. Go ahead, make my day.
They're worse than Glock.
Dirty Harry's immortal words, spoken as he leveled his weapon to make it famous, chambered in 44 Magnum ammunition. The M29 can crack a truck engine block with a single shot. Citation needed? I guess if you say so. 44 mag can crack an engine block, apparently. Which self-loading pistol established the parabellum round as the world standard?
Nah.
Trick answer. Never happened.
Well, it wasn't the Beretta Model 1934. It wasn't the Colt 1911. I'm going to have to go with Luger for the world standard. Which of the following best describes the sequence of events that occur when the trigger of a semi-automatic weapon is pulled? Fire, fire, eject, load, fire, eject, load, fire.
So the second one.
Yeah. Fire, eject, load. If you have an itchy trigger finger, you don't want an automatic weapon. Wait. If you have an itchy trigger finger, you don't want an automatic weapon. It will fire bullets as long as you squeeze the trigger or until the magazine empties. A better option might be a semi-automatic or self-loading gun, which fires a single round, ejects a spent cartridge, and then loads the next round every time the trigger is pulled. Oh, okay, so if like your trigger finger is itchy, like it wants to pull a bunch. I was confused for a minute.
Itchy trigger finger.
Which firearm used during the Civil War fired the .58 caliber mini bullet?
Civil War.
Either the Dreisel needle gun, Lamat grape shot revolver, Springfield model 1855 rifle musket.
I thought it was called an 1861.
Well, of those options, I think, going with the Springfield's the right way to go.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
What was it? What was the number again? Because I thought it was something else.
1855.
1855.
Soldiers wearing both blue and gray used a rifle musket known as the Springfield, after the armory in Springfield, Massachusetts, where many were produced. The rifle fired a conical-shaped bullet named after its French inventor, Claude Etienne. Unlike solid balls, which pass clearly through the human body, the mini bullet flattened and deformed on impact, shattering bones and shredding organs along its path.
Whenever there's a dispute on something like that, you can refer to a deck of cards that will fully researched.
Oh yeah, that's true, right?
I happen to have a deck of cards right here. But I don't feel like
I'm
turning light
sure
on.
it's like not a wrong answer, but
I don't like this question at all. I almost don't even want to read it. I don't know the answer though. Well, I think I might. So take this one with a grain of salt because I'm not happy about it. Which semi-automatic weapon with a large capacity magazine became infamous after appearing in surveillance footage of Columbine? It's either the MAC-10, the Tech DC-9, or the MAT-45. I don't know, or 49. I don't know what the MAT-49 is.
I don't know.
I think it might have been the Tech, but I don't remember.
You don't know? Come on. What was the three again?
MAC-10, Tech-9, or MAT-49.
So $3,000 gun, $350 gun, or gun that I've never even seen before for sale.
The Tech
I didn't
9.
know Mac 10s were $3,000. I guess it's the Tech 9.
That's the way to think of it.
I just knew it. I knew it was some type of the little small one. I couldn't decide between Mac or Tech, but now I know. In the aftermath, the Tech 9 became a potent symbol for the gun control lobby and was included in the 1994 federal assault weapons ban.
Along with like 3 pages of pretty much every semi-automatic firearm created at the time when, you know.
But I think it's like that might have been why they added in those little like sub guns. Because otherwise they would have just went after ARs and AKs. But I don't think I know this one. Which famous firearm was found propped up against a tree in Nevada in 2015?
What? Oh, wait. Yeah, you don't remember that? I remember that now.
No, I don't.
Angelina? California.
Was
I
it
have an idea because of the answers, but what did you think it was?
I thought it was some kind of Winchester or something.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, Winchester model 1873.
What were their answers? Spaz 12.
No,
Lincoln.
Colt Peacemaker, M2 Browning, or Winchester model 1873. So that's what I would have guessed based on the answers, but without the answers, I had no idea. I didn't know what they were talking about.
A Madus. Hey, look what I found. A Bell-fed 50.
Yeah. Well, that's why, because of the answers, I knew it was the Winchester, but like I said, if this was not a multiple choice thing, I wouldn't have got this right. A 132-year-old Winchester model 1873, nicknamed the gun that won the West, was found in the Great Basin National Park purely by happenstance.
One of the coolest things about finding that would have been knowing that more than likely nobody else has walked in that area since then, right?
Yeah, because they would have picked it up by then.
Right. Anybody else would have at least looked at it or picked it up or knocked it over or something. So I think that means you pretty much are the next person to walk past there since all that time.
The Australian Army used this weapon to fight against emus. Australia is a funny country. I'll give the options. A Lewis gun, a Gatling gun, or hand cannons.
Hand cannons.
That's a question. I thought that was the description of the previous answer. Like, here's what they use them for. Like, they use Winchesters to fight emus. Like, so what was the things? They're gonna fight big ass birds with what?
A Lewis gun, a Gatling gun, or hand cannons.
Are you kidding me? A machine gun, an old ass machine gun, another old ass machine gun, or a hand cannon?
Yeah.
I'm going with Gatling gun, I guess.
I was leaning towards Lewis, but I'm not sure.
Because at least that's a real caliber that you could get magazines for. But what's a hand cannon? Like literally a cannon?
It says hand cannons. Like, yeah, I guess like what the Chinese had, the hand cannons.
Have you heard of this? Them using hand cannons? You know the real deal here? Or are you guessing?
No, I'm just guessing.
Because I could almost see hand cannons being an answer. I have no concept. I've never heard of them battling. They're birds, right?
Yeah. I mean, and it doesn't just say like to control population. This gun was used. It literally says the Australian Army used this weapon to fight against emus. Like they're out there walking around, and emus are just fucking coordinated attacks.
Do you mean emus is like their way of saying aborigines or some shit?
I'm gonna type Lewis because that was my gut answer, but I will not be ashamed if I get this wrong.
Never even heard of this concept before.
Ah, I got it correct. The Australian Army used Lewis machine guns in an attempt to fight off rampaging emus. The emus won, or at least the army stopped trying to shoot them. No wonder their country took away all their guns. They can't even stop emus with machine guns.
If an emu comes at you, it's like nothing, then a bunch of meat, and then nothing again. So you can't shoot it in the legs hardly, and you can't shoot it in the head, right? So how many rounds can an emu take of something?
I don't think that many. I'm just guessing maybe because they run fast or something.
Well, there you
Because they
ever
are pretty
pet an
fast.
ostrich? You ever petted an ostrich in real life?
No, I have not. They're mostly fluff.
There ain't wimpy. They're like dinosaurs, dude. So
Yeah, they're huge. Their fucking legs and shit are like strong as fuck.
yeah, they're like horse birds, and they're like feathers are feathers, but they're huge. They're like hawk feathers, except everywhere. And then they got the down, and they got whatever bones are in a bird arm. So I'm just thinking they could probably take a few rounds, especially that thing is a 303, some wimpy British ground, right? It's not like a big heavy machine gun.
Right.
So anyway, I'm thinking if it's just 30 caliber rounds, that'd have been tough and less effective. That's why I was thinking maybe a Gatling gun, but even then, that's even less discriminate, right? That's why I was almost thinking a hand cannon could have been the answer, just because they could shoot the body of the thing. But that would have been a tough thing to, and they're mean. They're big and mean. I bet you they would have caused damage if the whole swarm of them came in and wailed on you.
Pink is saying maybe the emus had knives. Well, they kind of do, right? Don't they have talons? Like you said, they are dinosaurs. I mean, they literally still are dinosaurs.
They may have a big spike on their foot, or fighting with each other, or
I'm pretty sure they do have some type of claw.
I don't know, because the things I've seen them is like the pet zoo where you go up and you try to pet them or feed them before they bite you, and they would have cut anything like that off, right?
Okay, first off, I want to know what kind of experience Pants has. He says, "Ever kick a goose? Multiply that by 100." No,
Yeah.
I've never kicked a goose.
You should try it sometime.
I mean, he's talking like he does it every day. Like, yeah, it's like kicking a goose, only bigger.
You never got to. That's how you get rid of them when they're beating up on you, when they're bullying you. They would always
I
try
just
to
look at them mean, they run away.
When there's a swarm of them, they'll bully us. You got to like run into them and get mean, and then they'll go away. But I don't think you could do that with an emu. They're taller than a person. And if
Don't they take like, isn't there emu oil?
Oil?
Yeah, they get oil from their skin or something.
Oh, really? I don't know. I thought they just eat the meat or the eggs. Maybe the feathers for something.
I think their eggs are blue. Their body, the skin is weirdly blue.
Well, surprise, surprise. The dinosaur lady knows a bunch about living dinosaurs.
The only reason I know about them is because there's an ostrich farm in Solvang, and I've been to it a bunch of times, and they have emus there too, where you can feed them. So you get to see them like pretty up close and like, I don't know, doing the shit they do.
You ever try kicking one?
Yeah, they're like, you see them running across because they got this big old property that they live on. They have a shit ton of them. So you see the ostriches like running at full speed. It's like fucking scary.
Say ostriches are faster than emus, right? Like aren't ostriches like a little bit bigger than emus? But I mean they're about the same body shape, I think, right?
No, the ostriches are way bigger than the emus.
Oh, way bigger? Okay.
And they're
Oh, are emus the ones that are like this big flamingo then? Like they're the size of smaller than a dog?
They're probably like a large dog.
But then ostrich is the ones, I guess, that I've seen that are bigger. I thought the ones I seen were emus.
If you go to Yelp and put Solvang in and then put in ostrich farm, you'll see a bunch of them.
I think I'm thinking of a different thing too. It's like a smaller ostrich, right?
That's kind of what I thought emus were.
I thought emus were way closer to being the size of an ostrich. Like they're bigger than a people at least.
They're bigger than like a peacock.
Okay.
I mean, they're pretty big though.
Well, I wouldn't be afraid of any critter that's smaller than me, especially a bird. But the birds that are bigger than you,
Damn, I'm afraid of the ostriches. They're scary.
So when you go to feed the emu, they're not coming down from above and wailing on you with their head.
No, so you're standing behind. Okay, picture this. Like, so someone has like a deck, like a porch deck on their house. So you like walk out onto this deck and it's pretty big and you can go like down kind of and like closer. But they come up, they're on the other side of this fence and they come up and then you put this like tray, basically it's like a dustpan with a dog bowl in it, like glued to it or whatever, and it has like this food in it, and you like put it over the fence and they like peck at it like fucking vigorously.
Yeah, that's how it is with ostriches, except they're bigger than you. So they come down from over.
I guess I don't really know how tall this fence is. I'm trying to find something that has scale.
Oh yeah, those are small.
Yeah, they're like probably, I don't know, they're probably like half the size of the.
Is that the one that you're talking about? Is that?
Oh no, they aren't. Look, they're like super tiny.
Oh,
no, that's a baby.
You're worried about that?
No, they're not that. That's a baby or something. They're not that small.
I know. I was teasing. God, will something give me scale of them? Like, how freaking tall are they?
Go
to person. So I mean, they might be 5 foot or 4. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because he's like behind him, but if he was standing right in front of him, he might come up to like this guy's chest.
I see that Pants has been attacked by geese. I've been chased by peacocks.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, see it. I mean, it comes up to like this lady's shoulder.
But an ostrich is significantly bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like hundreds of pounds, probably. This thing's probably like 100 pounds.
They're terrifying. They're fucking like feet with their nails and shit. Those things would fuck you up.
Well, here's what you do. Punch them towards the eyes.
What do you mean? Like punch them in the head?
If they try to attack you, you punch them
in the head. You mean like right here? I mean, look at the...
I figure most critters, if you punch them in the eyes, they're like, I don't want to get my eyes punched. They're going to leave you alone. Like, who wants to get their eyes punched? Nobody.
Here we go. This is right next to the person. Yeah, so they're not huge.
They're not huge.
Still, I bet they'd mess you up.
Put in Arizona, or put in like Tucson ostrich farm. Because ours is different because they imagine they'll kill you if they wail on you. And nobody in the right mind will want to get them anywhere near them when they're on their own. But they look like a head like that one there, kind of. And then, but they come down at you.
Ostrich farm. Yeah, they're very similar to each other, but the ostrich is bigger.
See how the fence, they come down from that fence onto you.
Oh yeah, they're like 7 foot tall or something.
So if you stood there like with their, because they know you're there to feed them, right? Just like what Angelina was saying, right? Except
that's like how they are at the one I go to. I think they're a little like, the fence is a little lower though.
Well, because they know what's coming. So if you stand there, they're gonna like, these ostrich heads come raining down on you, like to get that food, and then they don't care if they kill you or not. So
they probably get off on it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they dig it. They're like, look at these stupid humans. Except for that guy, he grabbed one of their heads and kissed it or whatever he's doing.
And look, right next to the sign that says, "Yes, ostrich bite." And he's like, "Oh, cool. I'm just gonna kiss it."
Well, not only do they bite, I don't know about a bite because how much can their peck actually? How much can that beak actually clamp? I mean, it must clamp something, I guess. I don't know what they eat. But
yeah,
I'm worried about them woodpecker in you. That's what I'm worried about because they're a big ass head and they come down on you like a woodpecker, and that'd hurt, not kill you. But nobody's died, I don't think, over there. So
yeah, Mr. Wright's. Oh, and Fine Ape's actually the one talking about it. Midnight Chats is done, so maybe those guys will come over here. I sent some links to some of them people, but we were taking a firearm quiz. This all started because the question was,
Now let's go
which
back to
gun did the Australian Army use to fight off attacking emus? And the answer was the Lewis gun. So then we started talking about emus, which are like the smaller cousin of ostriches. But they say, are you talking about emus when you say apparently they get over 6 foot, 120 pounds? Or are you talking about ostriches? Because I'd buy that for an ostrich. Because you can see these guys are over 6 foot when they're up over that fence. You only had 6 watching, yeah, but I'm saying the people that were like in the chat, like I sent Midnight a link, stuff like that.
Thing at that ostrich farm, I guess, just because they're like, well, people don't care because they're coming here to look at captive ostriches anyway. So let's just do whatever we want to animals. So they take goats, and I don't know if you still got that page up or not, but they'll take goats and they put them on a scissor lift. You know what a scissor lift is?
Yeah.
They put them on a scissor lift. There's like, I don't know how many, let's say 4 or more. And they stick them up on a scissor lift with like this ramp going up to them. And I forget what the game is. You have to like hold some joystick or fiddle with a dial, or there's some sort of a coordination game where you put little bits of food on this escalator. And if you don't fiddle with the little, manipulation knob the right way, the food falls off and then they don't get any. So they stick them way up in the air and then you can, kind of get food close to them, but not that much food actually gets up to them. So you're basically either pissing off or just making it miserable for some goat.
That is awesome, dude.
That's like
could you imagine from his point of view, like, oh, I'm just going on this little thing here. What are you doing? Why am I up in the air?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You're sending me some food. What?
Oh, here's some food. Oh, you almost got it here.
Dropped it. What the hell? I'm hungry, dude. Oh, man. All right. So, back to guns. Let me get this thing opened back up again. Oh, this is an easy one, too. Yeah, this for people that are just joining, this quiz is kind of lame, but it's kind of fun making fun of it, so I'm just going to keep going. Name the first gun made mostly from plastic.
Nope, I just closed it. It's called the Goat Penthouse. The Goat Penthouse. So they stick these goats up there, and then I guess you try to feed them. They also made this giant vehicle, and I was looking through the pictures here, and it looks like that giant vehicle fell over and broke.
Oh, jeez. Yep. Fine Ape got the answer. The HK VP9. It was either Colt Detective Special Glock 17 or the HK VP or VP70. And the answer is, when Gaston Glock introduced the Glock 17 in 1982, it was hailed as the plastic pistol and sent ripples of panic through air travelers who thought the weapon could remain invisible to airport security scanners. In reality, the HK VP70 predates it by more than a decade.
People still say that about the Glock.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Well, that's all because it's stupid Die Hard. My Glock ceramic goes through metal detectors, costs more than you make in a month, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, the internet has stopped. No, don't shut down my internet. What the fuck's wrong with my phone? Bastard. I guess the quiz hurt us and didn't like getting made fun of. Let me see if I can reload it.
Oh, pissed off.
Okay, seems like it reloaded. Which of these inventions did Samuel Colt bring to the world of weapons production? So he either invented the revolver, he used an assembly line rather than individual gunsmiths, or invented the safety catch. I'm leaning towards the assembly line thing. Is that right?
Wait, what was the deal again? What was the question?
Which of these inventions did Samuel Colt bring to the world of weapon manufacturing?
Okay.
So the choices: he invented the revolver, he
No.
used the assembly line rather than individual gunsmiths,
Yes.
invented the safety catch.
The second one.
So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Especially since it says, what did he bring to the production?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Colt's use of assembly line mass production led to the Colt Frontier 6-shooter dominance in the American West. Okay. If you lived in 13th century China, your weapon of choice was probably a hand cannon, a mortar, a falconet. I'm going with hand cannon.
So you're saying the website for Falco, hand cannon, or a mortar? Cannon.
Yeah. Hand cannons were commonly used in the 13th century China and eventually caught on in Europe as well.
They probably liked Falco back then, though.
Those pistols at dawn were probably flintlock, percussion cap, matchlock. Which pistols at dawn? I guess they're basically saying like dueling pistols.
The dueling era? Yeah.
But was that flintlock, percussion cap, or matchlock?
Well, it certainly wasn't matchlock. I'm going to say Flint. Is Angelina even here anymore?
I think she went to the emu farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the other people are saying flintlock too. That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. I mean, it depends, I guess, on what era. Because once like percussion cap came around, you could still have duels, right?
Illegal.
Oh, it was illegal by then?
I don't know. I don't think you could have duels after the Civil War anymore. Could you have duels during the Civil War? You see duels with like white wig people, not with Civil War.
Right. So, famous for their use in dueling, the pistols drawn at dawn were most likely to be flintlock. Okay. a 1835 attempt to assassinate President Andrew Jackson with two derringers failed because the assassin couldn't get them through the metal detector. The assassins had forgotten to load them.
That's really
or the pistols didn't fire.
That's really a thing.
That is really a question.
Oh my god.
So I don't know. Did they forget to load them, or did they didn't fire? I'm guessing they didn't fire because they probably were smart enough to load them, and they just didn't work. That's what I'm clicking on. Pistols didn't fire. Yep, correct. Richard Lewis, probably under the effects of lead poisoning, failed to assassinate President Andrew Jackson when neither pistol he had brought with him successfully fired. Congressman Davy Crockett then tackled the would-be assassin. Oh, we have a vote for metal detector out there in the chat. Good to know we have smart people watching.
You know how you know that wasn't it? Because it would have been ye old metal detector.
It was just some guy who waved his arm around and went beep, beep, beep.
Thou shalt pass.
Oh, the Mr. Detector. Speaking of Davy Crockett, what kind of weapon was named after him in the 1950s? A .95 caliber fully automatic rifle, a recoilless nuclear rifle, a shoulder-firing missile launcher. Oh my god, we've almost come full circle to early watch and name that gun. Because everyone knows what the Davy Crockett is. Yep. Fine Ape got it. The nuke launcher. With a top range of 2.5 miles and a .01 kiloton payload, the Davy Crockett was a tactical recoilless nuclear rifle that was deployed with the U.S. Army until 1971. Was it ever fired? That's what I want to know.
No. Where would they have fired it?
I don't know. God, another one of these. In 1975, attempts to assassinate President Gerald Ford with a Colt 45 failed because the assassin hadn't chambered a bullet, the assassin had forgotten to load it, the firing pin was defective.
Failed to load it?
Well, that's what I'm not sure. I mean, what's the difference between, not chambering the bullet and forgot to load? Like, forgot to load means like you didn't even put the mag in.
Right. Like he did not.
So I'm thinking maybe he forgot to rack the slide. That's what I'm leaning towards. But Michael's saying firing pin. How confident are you? I don't like getting wrong answers on this thing. I already got an accidental wrong answer by not hitting the right button. So, I don't know. Come on, audience. What should I do? Yeah. Confident? Okay. I'll put firing pin. Wrong answer. Oh my God. You are horrible. The assassin hadn't chambered the bullet. That's the one I was going to guess.
I was going to guess that one.
I know. Well, you heard me say it before I clicked it. When Manson family member, some other person or whatever, tried to assassinate Ford, she did not realize she needed to chamber a round before firing. See results. Yeah. Thanks a lot. 28 out of 30. One of them was I had the right answer. I clicked the wrong button. And the very last question was the first legitimate. I didn't have the right answer. You are such a jerk, dude. I'm about to ban Michael right now. Tell me you're confident. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't ban you. Yeah, that's what I just read off. The assassin was one of the Charlie Manson people. I'm not blaming you just because I suck. Because first off, I don't suck. I only had to pretty much ask for one question. And I'm specifically just blaming Michael. That's all.
Was that the last one?
That was the last one. There were 30 questions.
Oh, that was pretty tough.
I don't like when it's like, oh, you want like gun trivia. You think you know stuff about guns? Look at all of these examples of when people like did bad stuff. Like, just because I know about guns doesn't mean I know about assassination attempts.
Or that, like, oh, you want to know about guns? Well, let's see. What are things to know about guns? Death and destruction and chaos.
I mean, I'm happy about that emu one. I never would have known that. And I like the idea of seeing Australian people fighting emus. That was amusing and made my day. But I don't know. Should I try and find another quiz?
How do we make these things? We should make these things in such a way like Mad Libs, perhaps. Like we tell people to put in a question with its answer into a Google form. And then once we've got an appropriate number of them, we just randomize them and pick 25.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I guess you could give them tags like categories and say like, let's tag it if it's like about handguns or if it's about rifles or if it's about Second Amendment or if it's about like a war campaign or something. I guess the other thing is whenever you're looking for topics, we have a website called askgunquestions.com. And it's basically just a website that has a Google form on it. And Jimmy will use that occasionally to have something to talk about on Early Watch, because they'll go in and just read some of the questions, and if they can, they'll answer them.
Oh yeah, that thing's pretty cool.
But anyway, if you were going to be doing this cave on any kind of regular and you were looking for something to talk about, I'll give you a link to basically it's just a spreadsheet that is the results of all the questions people have asked over the years. There's a lot. Anyway, it's an infinite amount of just topics, interesting things to talk about.
All right, yeah, that sounds like fun. Otherwise, I just kind of scroll through Instagram. Although I do like the trivia thing. That was fun. Doop doop doo doo doo. I can't believe none of those people who were awake in the other chat decided to come over to the cave. Bunch of jerks.
One of the things you don't do is like name everybody who's watching.
Oh, I see Jerry and Tommy and
Maybe.
Sally and Jessica and Mark and Toby.
My hot bud. Picked all Anglo names. I just threw a Muslim one in there.
Oh. Yeah, I guess I was just like picturing people I know and naming their names. Okay, fine. I see HVS and Fine Ape and Michael, the dirty rat rastard who made me get one answer wrong, and Pants.
What was your end result of that quiz?
Well, it said 28 out of 30, but the one was when I tried to click blunderbuss, but I guess I fat fingered it and it thought I said Gatling gun or whatever. So that one counted as a wrong answer. And then the very last one, which I actually got wrong because I went with broken firing pin, and it should have been, forgot to rack the slide. So, I mean, I guess I still did pretty good. Because I'm not counting the one that I fat fingered, so 29 out of 30, that's good. And like 96%, 97%, something like that.
Hey, did I tell you I got Dippin' Dots?
Yes, you did. Those are pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they're interesting. I don't think I'll ever get them again. If somebody gave them to me for free, I would eat them, but I'm not paying no $2.99 for like what is equivalent to a scoop of ice cream, I think. Approximately.
Yeah. I mean, I think I look at them as like a, it's like a treat when you're, like you said, at the zoo or at a thing. And I don't know if it's one of those, like, because you said you got it like at a store, right? Like in the freezer section of a store.
Oh, a gas station, dude. Just a gas station in town, like three of the gas stations, whatever that brand of gas station, gas stop or something has like a cooler like you reach into. Like you open the lid has the what's in it, except you open the lid and there's just one flavor in there, and then you just grab one and take it up to the front. And it was like a pouch the size of like a cell phone for $2.99. It was all
Oh,
right.
okay.
It was interesting. I could see it being fun. I would think it'd be funner too in like a regular place where they have it in front of you in a quantity and they're giving you like scoops of it or letting you taste it different types and then eating like a whole bowl of it or something.
Right, yeah, that's what they get. Yeah, they like serve it in like a little bowl, and they get the little like plastic spoon.
And I could see it being interesting to have, maybe three different kinds poured in a bowl and then being able to pick which ones you're eating. Kind of like eating jelly bellies, right? Like, oh, this one's probably this flavor. I'm eating it. This one's this flavor. I'm gonna eat that one. That's the kind of conversation you would have with the spoon as you're eating.
Oh, exactly. Toxic waste cleaning organisms?
What's
Neat.
up?
Well, I don't know. I haven't watched the video yet. It was posted 10 hours ago. It's probably all those little like bacteria that they make to like eat up oil spills or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's cool. I mean, when we can take like a bacteria thing and just like tweak it a little bit or whatever, and or just like put it in an environment that has stuff, and then like it kind of just evolves to live off of that stuff. That's pretty neat. Well, I don't know. I'll watch it later. It's 11 minutes long.
No requests coming in on the gun channels tonight, huh? What does it say? Sunday?
Yeah, it's Sunday night.
So Black Rifle coffee, any good?
I have absolutely no idea because I hate the taste of coffee.
So I listened to their sponsors of some radio show. I listened to whatever the radio channel is that has Rush Limbaugh on, right? So like in this town, at least it's that radio. So I don't listen to Run when Rush Limbaugh's on or nothing. But I have it like in a couple of rooms where just so that there's noise in there, right? I'll have a radio. And so with that in mind, like I'll sometimes turn the light on or something, and the radio will come on, and I'll just be hearing a show out of nowhere. And that's how I heard an interview with the guy from Black Rifle, because I would have not seeked it out, right? It just happened. It was on when I was in the room. And it was obviously a commercial, like a plug, a paid for sponsorship of the radio show that was on. It wasn't like organic conversation with them for some other reason, like an actual news story or anything. So made it sound like it was a pretty interesting company. And I guess, everybody knows them from the YouTubes and shit. But they seemed like, or the interview little commercial thing seemed pretty, like he had a good head on his shoulders, I guess. You ever heard the guy?
I mean, it's not in like an interview, but I've seen their like funny stuff on YouTube.
I don't think it was that dude, the funny guy who does the funny things or whatever by being funny. It's not that guy. It's just some guy because he was like talking about how when he was overseas, he liked drinking coffee and blah blah blah. So whenever he was over there, he would fuck around and look at coffees and spend time trying to research shit so that when he got out, he could, he was researching the whole time so that he would be able to do his thing. Seemed like I don't think it was the guy who does the funny stuff. But
I know that I mean, I don't know if it's 100% like veteran employees, but at least the people that started or whatever were. So you got that whole thing.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it's everybody.
That seems discriminatory.
I guess Evan is the guy that started it. That must have been doing the thing.
Yeah, and Matt Best is like the funny one or whatever, right?
Yeah, all the rest of them are like marketing, 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 chief operating, administrative, business, head of development, general counsel, director of content. So very brand conscious company.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what, I think they did a pretty good job. Their YouTube stuff gets attention.
Oh yeah.
And then, they pop up the thing at the end. I mean, trust me, I never would have known about them if it weren't for that, because I do not seek out anything coffee related. I mean, I know Folgers, Black Rifle, and like Starbucks. Those are the only brands of coffee I know.
Exactly.
I mean, I get most of my coffee from the office, so my wife better shape up.
What do you want for your birthday? Honestly, a fucking good cup of coffee.
You fucking bitch.
Something as simple as a fucking cup of coffee would be a good start for my fucking birthday for once. You ever think about that? I'm going to work. I'm going to go hang out with the women at work.
Yeah.
The women who can make a good cup of coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The women at the office know how to get it done. Isn't that what I said? Like, knows how to get the job done or something? Like,
the women at the office get the job done right. Over and over again while I'm at work.
I just like at the end. So, I guess now you won't be getting your coffee from the office anymore, right?
Maybe I'll come up with the answer to that one later.
Yes, and then Fine Ape brings up the great parody commercial. Did a cow just shit in here? What is that smell?
Well, they built up to it well. Oh, Jerry's still smoking those cigars.
All right. See you, HVS. Oh, man. I know Black Rifles are pretty cool.
What are you doing tomorrow?
What
are you doing tomorrow?
Not sure. Why, you want to hang out?
No, but you got the budget to get to San Diego next week?
Most likely not. Let me double check my numbers. I have an Excel spread. Actually, let me check on that for you. Request denied. Sorry, buddy. I'm bummed I'm gonna miss Tulsa. It seems like it's gonna be a fun one.
Were you gonna go?
I was considering it, um, but I wasn't sure with like, work schedule and stuff. So that's why I never really committed to it.
Okay.
But it seems like it's getting closer. Like there's gonna be a lot of people. You should have a pretty damn good meetup. And hopefully you guys can do some of the stuff that um it didn't really get done at SHOT Show, as far as like getting together and doing like one big hangout or something and comparing notes and pushing
Hmm.
2A stuff. That'd be kind of cool. It's sometimes
20
easier when
plus,
everyone's in the same room.
20 plus people. I think we've gone right past that, and unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, it'll be definitely an interesting challenge to go from having one event under our belts where we've been, well, I shouldn't say that. Altogether, the people that'll be there have had a few events under their belts. But then this will be an effort in accomplishing a couple of things. But large event, I would assume, is going to take a little bit of growth or a little bit of getting used to, because imagine you've seen events with like few people, couples of people, and it's difficult to get everybody, even if we knew what we were doing, to get everybody together. If we all had an idea, but getting 20 people to do anything ever is going to be pretty tough. And then even if everybody was like, oh yeah, we're all getting together on that night, to actually accomplish it, considering the hotel they picked has no kind of conference room or like area to assemble, they're like, oh, you can assemble by the pool or by the front door where you smoke or like in the lobby or something. So all of those would be great for like 4 people if you were going to hang out for like 20 minutes. But if you want to be able to sit down and chat with each other for any length of time, and then 20 plus people, probably realistically it'll be more like 10 because the spouses or something. So honestly, when it get to 10 people in an area, it's probably better to have everybody connect with hangouts, because then everyone can just be wherever, all in the same conversation we're all familiar with, and then just arranging whatever the hell's going to happen the next night, kind of thing.
Right.
All that said, it's possible that even if everybody's in the same hotel, maybe we go down the street to one of the pizza places where there's like just a long table, like a Chuck E. Cheese or something, like where you can have 20 people hang out. Nobody really cares because you're drinking a soda or something. And plus, I'm almost positive that like Cycle Camp and Dano are going to thrive in the Chuck E. Cheese environment.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll be like, "This is awesome. Let's keep going."
Yeah. No, you're right. It is kind of hard to get everyone together on the same page. That's kind of like what we were mentioning on the van chat earlier tonight about like traveling with multiple people.
Or go ahead, did you have to finish that? Because I think I was going to interrupt you with something.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna finish with, but then the problem is when you have everyone goes, well, I don't know, I don't care what we do, and then like you can never get a straight answer out of someone.
So I'm going to go over to Gun Channels right now, right this moment. And this is an education for everybody who's watching. You can go to Gun Channels yourselves, and you could go, everything on Gun Channels is broken. Or you could go over to Gun Channels and click on one of the many features that work, like this setup for the Tulsa home, right? And whenever that gets around to opening, didn't say it was fast, said it worked. And then I'm going to type in here. What was I going to type in here now? Oh, damn it.
Well, like I was saying in the Tulsa chat or the van chat earlier about traveling with multiple people.
Thanks. I was going to say, if we remind everybody to bring their own lawn chairs, then maybe we do set up some sort of, what do they call that, tailgate type of situation in the parking lot where everybody just being prepared for a parking lot type of get together. We maybe bring up a pop-up and some chairs to set in and make it comfortable to set outside of the hotel that most of them are setting in. And that might work. So it's not impromptu, but instead a planned occasion, and everybody, you know, the hotel ain't going to give a shit if you're in a corner of their parking lot kind of spread out, right? Especially if 90% of the people are staying there and they don't have a convention center room or something.
Right. They're like, you know, you could kick us out of our parking lot, but we'll just stand in front of the front desk and laugh and joke all night.
And everybody will check out as we all check out and take our business elsewhere. And then go online and have a big get together where we bitch about your hotel being sucky.
You know, that's an interesting thing of like, I guess it kind of depends on all the people at Tulsa, but like, I wonder what would happen if you added up like all of the subscribers of like the channel creators that are going to Tulsa. Like all of our channels combined is like 1 million subscribers, and we're all gonna say the same thing. You guys suck.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's because I'm sure you're probably the biggest one, but I mean, are Clover and Ghost going to Tulsa? They have pretty big channels, don't they?
I don't know, but quit looking at channels because YouTube is the worthless, bloated, lamest of all the social media platforms. The influence that a channel with fewer numbers can have on a different platform is a lot. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. Though. Lots of potential influence or reach, I guess. Not really influence, just reach.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. But so add all that up, your Instagram, your gun channels, posts, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Twitter, like add all that together and be like, this is potentially how many eyeballs are seeing a message. Every second matters. It would just be interesting. Hell, I got 7 set of eyeballs watching me right now, so I got some influence. Pants was going to try to go to Knob Creek in April, but it looks more like he's not going to be able to go. That's a bummer. I'd like to go to Knob Creek, like, once.
I've never been there either.
I mean, I'd rather go to Big Sandy, but I'm just saying, like, just to see what the hubbub is about.
I've never been there either. I'd go. But it's never opportune for me. Speaking of opportune, has anybody been participating in the tour over here? Let's take a look. Middle of a Sunday night. Nope. That Tulsa hotel is like $10 less than the fancy place I stayed at last time. Exactly. Like one of the more fancier places in town. I don't know what their priority wasn't to be inexpensive. I don't know what their priority really was. I think a place that could facilitate everyone. Like a place that would have enough rooms available, right? They both fell asleep. Oh, okay.
No, I didn't fall asleep. What are you talking about?
It is 1 o'clock in the morning here. That means it's like 2 in the morning there, 3 in the morning.
4. 4 in the morning.
Fine Ape is saying NEA just wants to drink and eat or drink and sing. I think so. That's what it sounds like. He's going on like vacation. It'll be interesting. I'm wondering how many groups of 20 like affiliated people go to an event with as many people as at that thing. You know, because so many people are showing up at that. It's not really that significant, 20 people. I mean, definitely last time when we had like 5 or 6 or whatever, you know, we could comfortably stand around the table all together when everyone was there and all be aware of what everyone was saying. 20 people, that doesn't happen anymore. You can't get 20 people to stand around in one place in a building with rows of tables, right? There's like going to be fewer places where everybody can just literally all stand.
Oh yeah, you guys can just like roll down the lane and knock everyone out of the way. It's like a huge entourage.
Not really, but you know that won't be happening. But I'm just saying, even if we just did all want to like, where's everybody parked, or I don't know, some kind of info. So anyway, I'm guessing it'll be more of a whole bunch of little groups that are vaguely associated with each other.
Yeah, probably. Well, especially because I mean, people are probably going to have a little bit different interests as far as what stuff they end up looking at. I mean, I think some people are going to actually buy stuff. Some people are going just for the looking around at things. Like right, wasn't it Cycle? He bought like 3 different things when he was there. Like he had stuff he was looking for, and then one thing was like, oh, this is just like an opportunity buy. Like I wasn't planning on getting this, but this is cool and it's not that expensive or whatever.
You ever seen that one meme where it's like a little happy kid like giggling to himself?
Yes.
That's Psycho Camp
Is it?
around that show. Yeah. I found another gun. I found another gun, I think. Yep, I found it.
Well, that's cool. That's what I'm saying. Like you got people like that are going around like, for one, I like seeing, people getting like excited about stuff. But then you have other people that are just like, I don't really have much money to like buy a new gun, but I'll go walk around and look at weird stuff or whatever. Like I don't know what everyone's motives are for going. So it's just interesting. Damn, when did you post that video?
Which video?
I thought you did something about yeah, there we go. The gun show loophole tour. I was hoping to get an easy link to the Indiegogo so I didn't have to search.
Oops.
Post it in the chat there.
This ain't the right link.
I posted the correct link.
Did a cow shit in here? I remember the day the girls came over for bridge club. I was so embarrassed because of lingering odors.
I thought a lot about
Fish for dinner last night? Phew. Are they still smoking the cigars? Christ, did a cow shit in here?
And now you're copyright strike.
I don't think the other one got.
We're tempting it.
Yeah.
Indiegogo somehow that came up.
Weird.
Here it is.
I like how it's like, did you have fish? Is he smoking cigars? Did a cow shit in here? Like, I get it. Like, sometimes stuff smells bad or whatever, but like, how can you not like differentiate between those things? Like, it either smells like cigars or it smells like fish.
Did all race on that drag strip, on that horse racetrack.
Do 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 do. All right. Done and done. Awesome.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just some stuff. Oh man. What do we got on TV here? Ancient Egypt. Bunch of pyramids and stuff. So I got your favorite question the other day when I was hanging out with my buddy.
What's that?
I want to buy an AK. What should I get?
Oh.
I'm like, I know enough about them to know that I can't answer that question adequately. But I did kind of at least steer him in a general direction of, like you have to figure out. I think the easiest kind of way is like, what kind of furniture do you want? 'Cause that's going to kind of steer your answer. Because if you're like, well, I want an underfolder, it's like, okay, well then here's the types that have underfolders. And that at least narrows your search. Or, oh, I want a side folder. Okay, there's a few different types of side folders. Which I think he was leaning towards some type of folder, but like he doesn't know a lot about AKs. He just knows like AKs are cool, which is great. I mean, I try and give as much information as I can. Because I've learned a lot from these types of chats, and I try and share that knowledge, at least what I know. So one of the things I told him was like, I know like for me personally, I think underfolders look the coolest, but they're not comfortable to shoot. So do you want something that looks cool that you're not going to have fun shooting, or do you want something that like you're good to go? And I'll just leave that up to him, whatever he wants to do. And if you go side folder, isn't like the triangle folder is like one of the better side folder ones instead of the one that's like the little crutch looking thing?
Well, preference again. Look, how you want it to look.
Right. But I guess maybe okay, from your preference, which not like don't put look, but if what's the most like comfortable to shoot or like the easiest to manipulate and mess around with.
Solid plastic side folder.
Oh, okay, the solid plastic. All right.
I don't like the way those tubes are looking. Look all shitty and square.
Oh yeah, they just look like blobs.
I'm gonna do it a different way.
Yeah, I think you maybe need to use a little like what would that be like artistic license, like get the point across that it is some type of, like the night vision things, but maybe you have to reshape them a little bit.
Yeah, they need to be rounded, not square.
It was like with the picture you can see what they are, but it's like you lose some of that detail that gives it its shape. Now it looks like it has funny eyebrows.
Hey,
Yeah, like the shading on the picture is what makes you know that those are like round. And I don't know how you can do that with the sewing. Mr. Wright's gonna bring away a bunch of giveaway stuff. That's neat. Hey, Clovertax out there. What's up, buddy? No, Pink's out there too. They were Bill Clinton cigars. Did I send Clover a link? I think I might have already. If you want to jump in, talk about guns. Whatever. Yeah, late night. I sent him a link already. He just has to check gun channels. Oh, all right. Well, whatever. I just wanted to make sure I had included you. Like I said, when I normally set up the cave, I'll send out a few links if I see people like doing stuff. I'll be like, oh, they're online, and then everyone else is just ask me for when to send it. So that's one thing. I've had a few people respond like after like the next day or something, be like, "Oh, sorry, man. Like I was out of the house," but and I'm just like, "No problem." Like it's one of those like I'm just inviting people, but it doesn't hurt my feelings if people don't want to join me because they don't like me. I mean, whatever. Don't care. And I was like, me and my buddy would always, well, it was at my buddy's house, but I was there for almost all of them. And so I can kind of say it was like me and my buddy doing it. It's kind of like hit or miss, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. Like, Night Strike sets it up and I show up 80% of the time. same kind of thing. But my buddy would always have a bonfire on Fridays. And it got to the point where we always said, no one's invited, everyone's welcome. So we didn't go around like letting people know, hey man, we're doing a thing Friday, make sure you show up. Or like, and we had some people say that sometime, like, oh, well, you didn't tell me about it, so I didn't come over. It's like, dude, it's Friday night, you know it's happening. Like we did it solidly every weekend for like a couple years, every Friday night. You know where to go, you know when it is. And that's what we got to the point where it's like, I'm sick of like calling everyone and texting them and being like, hey, you going to show up tonight or whatever? And then, oh, no, I'm sorry. Getting all those excuses. It's like, dude, I don't care. Like, I was just letting you know it existed. I don't feel bad if you don't show up. So this is kind of a similar thing. So if you get links from me and keep going like, what the hell? Why'd I get links from him? And it's probably because I saw you like in the comments or saw your little green dot and figured I'd send you a link.
Also, it means Smeggy loves you.
Mostly. Yeah, Pink's at work. I figured. I think I sent you a link earlier, Pink, though. So if you go like on break or something, want to jump in with your phone, you should have it. Jump in for 5 minutes or whatever.
All right, what do you think of them tubes now?
Oh, that looks better.
A little better.
I mean, I don't know if it's just because of perspective, like how the one on the left is like a lot skinnier than the other ones.
It is skinnier.
So I almost wonder if you could get away with just like making all four of them the same size or whatever. And again, like I said, it's a little bit off the picture, but just kind of jumped out at me. It looks like, oh, did the dude mess up on the left one? How come it's different? Fine Ape is asking tubes. Yeah, the night vision. Yeah, it is drawn like that, shorter and in here. Rawr.
His mouth a little bit of shape.
I'm a little offended that you're not giving it feathers.
Feathers.
Yeah. There's some pretty strong evidence to suggest that T-Rex was feathered.
No, I'm going with what I got.
Okay. That's fine. Pull a Jurassic World if you want. Like Jurassic Park gets a pass because that's what they thought dinosaurs looked like in the 90s. But by the time Dinosaur or Jurassic World came out, we knew raptors had feathers. And probably a lot of the other dinosaurs too.
Oh, you're suggesting that that's a fact that's known to all people now or something?
I am suggesting, well, the raptor one, yes, there's there's actually impressions of a raptor found with feathers. The T-Rex, they've found like pretty good evidence suggesting it. They don't know exactly how much of it was feathered, but most of those like two-legged bird dinosaurs had feathers near the end. The earlier dinosaurs were kind of scaly, but still not quite like crocodile scales or whatever, like sometimes they're shown, but feathers evolved at some point in the dinosaur age. But that's what the problem with like fossils and stuff. It doesn't, you don't get like skin and feathers and stuff off of it. It's just like bones. But there have been some dinosaurs they're found with these little bumps on their bones, which are like they look exactly the same as like the little bumps on the bones that birds have. They're like, oh, these are like the anchor points for feathers. So they're pretty sure those ones have feathers. I just saw a thing today that Archaeopteryx most likely could fly, just not that good. That was the one that had like actual like wing feathers coming off its arms and its legs. So it was like a four winged little, raptor looking thing. So they're warm-blooded. Well, ish. There are some that were like kind of hybrid warm-blooded, but they were probably mostly cold-blooded. It's a weird thing. There's some weird transitions. It's hard to say like dinosaurs were this because there was lots of different types. But the warm-blooded thing definitely was more the mammal branch, which were around back time in the dinosaur days, but they were all little like shrew-looking things, like little rats running around. But yes, there were some like warm-blooded dinosaur, or at least like hybrid. Since dinosaurs turned into birds, and birds are warm-blooded, right? Because they don't have to sit in the sun or whatever.
Birds are cold-blooded, and they do have to sit in the sun.
Are they? I didn't think they were.
Don't generate heat.
Birds, cold blood. Mammals and birds are warm-blooded, which means they can make their own body heat even when it's cold outside.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think that's fake.
Let's see where they start talking about the bloods. Because the question, this is from ABC Science. The question is, if birds descended from dinosaurs, by what means did they become warm-blooded? Assuming dinosaurs were reptilian and cold-blooded. Were there any between stages in evolution between cold-blooded and warm-blooded? Blah, blah, blah. Modern-day birds descended from a group of dinosaurs called theropods. Look at the hind legs of a Tyrannosaurus rex. It looks like a big chicken leg. It's 3 big toes pointing forward and a 4th pointing backwards, all tipped with curved, sharp claws, and are compressed from side to side. Archaeopteryx, the first bird-like ancestor discovered, had teeth and a long tail. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it was also it was also very likely to have been warm-blooded, says Dr. Paul Willis, a paleontologist with ABC Catalyst program. What we can see in the fossil record is a number of bird-like theropods with hair-like structures and simple downy feathers. Being mostly small creatures, they must have generated their own body heat and evolved hairs and feathers to help retain the body heat they generated. So yes, birds are definitely warm-blooded, and at least when speaking of Archaeopteryx, they say he was most likely warm-blooded, and that means probably the other theropods were too, or at least somewhat. And that's the part I'm trying to get to, is the transition, because I remember I just watched a video on this the other day about the transition where it's like half cold-blooded, half warm. Like you could kind of make some heat, but not like enough to like run around and have a bunch of energy. So it still had to like be in the sun, but not as long as some of the other ones. And I forget which animal that was that did that. Like I watch super nerdy like dinosaur things, and then I like go, "Oh, that was pretty neat," and then I promptly forget all of the scientific names and all the stuff. Like all the details, but I know the general. Well, let's see. That it probably varies across the different groups of dinosaurs and is almost impossible to determine from fossils. Given that crocodiles, which share common ancestors to dinosaurs and birds, are ectothermites, then endothermites must have evolved at least once in that evolutionary path. Let's see exactly when this path endothermy evolves is a matter of considerable debate. The different interpretations result in all dinosaurs being endothermic, or just most advanced and bird-like theropods being endothermic. There are lines of evidence in other groups of dinosaurs suggest they were also endothermic, but at present these appear to be no solid evidence that can be taken from the fossil record. Will tell us which animals were endothermic and which were not. Okay, so this didn't talk about the transitional species. So, all right, well, I don't know, whatever. No pants. I'm not saying that they're warm-blooded, but identified as cold-blooded. I'm saying they were like, yeah, dinosaur channels. Yeah, you know, whatever. I like dinosaurs. I don't care. At this point in the night, I don't care if the topic, you know, varies a little bit. Actually, I found this pretty cool channel on YouTube called Trey the Explainer. And he does a pretty damn good job at like, he'll do a video on like a specific dinosaur and then kind of talk about it and show like different illustrations and either talk about like why it's like a good representation or what might, be a little bit wrong about it, and backs it up with different evidence and stuff. He's got some other things too. Like he goes into like some cryptozoology thing of kind of saying like, okay, like if this thing was real, like what type of evolutionary path would it come from, or like, whatever. It's really kind of interesting. I like some of those outside the box type videos as well that he does. Um, I think this is the same guy. He had one about like if giants were real, like what characteristics would they have to have? And he talks about, okay, like because you can't just take like a person and then just increase the scale. Like, oh, now he's like 15 foot tall, because there's stuff about like the size of their bones and things where like their arm would break under its own weight, like if it just got bigger. So it'd have to get like thicker and bigger. And like the legs would probably be more like, elephant like than like what we have, because like the knees wouldn't be strong enough to like move around as much. So they'd have a little more limited range of movement and stuff. And actually the giant that's pictured in Game of Thrones when they're like attacking the ice wall or whatever, he was talking about it. That's actually a pretty damn good representation, especially because it's only like, I forget, like, like 10 foot tall or something. So it's like not that much bigger than, humans are. It's not like one of these crazy, like 50-foot tall giants or whatever. That's interesting. Anyways, I like that channel. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, I suggest you check him out. There's also another channel. I forget what the channel's called, but he has like a series, like a playlist, and it's called Your Dinosaurs Are Wrong. And he takes these like, toy dinosaurs. Most of them are like kind of the chintzy little things you'd see like in the dollar store. And he talks about like why it's wrong. And he'll be like, well, the tail's a little bit too short, or, like oh, geez, they showed this thing with all these like super sharp teeth, but it was a plant eater. It wouldn't have had sharp teeth. It would have had more like molars, and he gets super pedantic on stuff. So if you want to be like uber nerd, I recommend watching that, because he gets way into it. What are some other cool science things that I subscribe to? Can I see like my subscription list on my phone? I guess I could go on my computer. I'm sitting right in front of my computer. What's up, Rusty? All right. Do. Hmm. Do. The hell? Where's all my cool science ones? Minute physics. We talked about that one earlier in a different show. Number file. SciShow, 60 symbols. Yeah, there's Trey the Explainer. Oh, what the hell happened?
Somebody bought something off of Amazon. Let's see what it is. Oh, shit. Books. Assault on Weapons, the campaign to eliminate your guns. 26 cents. Thank you very much.
That's a good book.
Yeah, I got 26 cents for somebody buying it.
Well, that's cool. I hope the person who bought it enjoys it.
$5.69 is what they paid for it. That's a good deal. Somebody got a $30 vacuum sealer. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
$29.62. $1.33. Nice. It's like $1.33 coming in out of nowhere. Mailbox money right there. Tell you what. I could go over to the dollar store right now, buy like a piece of food. That dollar.
And a third of something else.
No, tax. I forgot about that. But yeah, a portion of something else. Maybe a bite or a morsel or a segment. Yeah, kind of neat. I get about 4 sales a month, so that's always exciting to see a little blip on the flat line.
And say what? How much did you say that thing was? $26 or something?
Something like that. $26. Got $1.30. It's horrible here. It was hot during the day, too hot to even work on the truck because it was so hot. And then now it's so cold you can't even go outside. We live in chaos, weather chaos, climate catastrophe.
It's been like that here where it, well, not too hot to work or whatever. Like today it was like 60 degrees, which I mean felt nice. But like last night it was like 30 degrees in the middle of the night.
That's what it feels like, right? I think I was telling you earlier, I'm gonna have to put like $4 a day on the fucking budget for propane.
Yeah, it's 33 degrees right now. So we're getting 30-degree weather shifts.
Pole position, the real global warming.
I guess so. You know, speaking since I was naming off science channels, if you want to know a lot about climate change, it's a guy called Green Man, and then it's I forget like what are like 3062 or like some weird number or whatever. But I bet you if you search Green Man, you'll find him. And he does a pretty good job at explaining it. Oh crap. You get stupid people wearing those green suits if you type in Green Man.
There's a show too where the guy puts on that green screen suit and walks around. Sunny Philadelphia. You ever see that show?
I have seen it. I don't remember the Green Man in that though.
Vulgar. The one guy, Charlie, he's always putting it on. Well, he puts it on like 6 times. I think he gets drunk and puts it on or something. They do one where it's like in a park or something. They're making like a video. Oh, he runs up and throws a ball at her girl.
Let's see, is this it? Green Man 3610. Mm, I don't know. It might be.
Why did Rusty put a thing with like chick touching her third eye and then a female symbol or a male symbol?
I don't know. God damn it, Bobby. Yeah, I think this is it. Green Man 3610. Oh, that's Russ. I'm like, what the hell channel am I subscribed to that this video says more goats 4 hours old? Like, why am I subscribed to someone who shows baby goats? But then I looked, it's Russ.
He's got goats over there.
I guess so. There's a 1 minute video about some baby goat.
Oh, you're so cute.
Mm.
Not so close, little one. What?
He's a weirdo. He's sitting there poking a goat and laughing because it sneezes every time he touches its nose.
He just looks at you. Oh. Yeah.
Wow, Russ is weird.
Sure, I know where you're tickling. Look at the wrinkles in the face. God, these are gonna be some gorgeous boys.
Look at the wrinkle in the face, little goat.
Where's the link to this video? It's linkless. What kind of bread are you making over there? Is it marble rye? Then I'm interested.
Wait, making bread? That was like freaking 4 hours ago.
Yeah, he's really slow at it. Slow roasted, small batch, artisan, slow crust. Strudel. Anyway, there's no link to any of this goat, alleged goat video.
Okay, I was watching it on my phone. Give me a freaking second.
He's waiting for it to rise. He's watching it rise, so he's basically getting paid by the hour. He's like, oh, this took a long time because I had to sit there and monitor the rising, count the bubbles. Still don't know what kind of bread it is. If it's rising, it's probably not a good rye, right? Because they don't rise.
Russ is pretty nice. He probably won't get me for copyright, right? Look at this weirdo. Look at this weirdo. He's poking this goat, and it sneezes, so he keeps poking it. I mean, it started because the thing was about to headbutt that heat lamp, so he's like, oh, get away from that. But now he's just doing it to fuck with it.
Maybe he's trying to get it to quit freaking around with the heat lamp.
No, 'cause he's giggling the whole time. He's doing it because it's get some sick pleasure. Look, he's not even near the heat lamp, and he punched him in the nose.
That goat's gonna take a nap.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. You're weird.
I'd take one of them goats. They look pretty good.
Damn. Look how big that ear is. Big old long ears.
They're like half rabbits.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Pants, that comment is there forever. Although I guess you could always redact it.
Imagine if you delete it, then it's deleted. Or do you think that it's there for a bit until you delete it and then it gets deleted? Like, do you think they're literally just, what is that called? Doing a,
Like a screen capture type of thing, that's possible. It might still show up for a little bit.
time or whatever? Yeah.
But I don't know, because I mean, if you like delete a thing,
Then it technically doesn't exist. Well, if it is literally a screen capture, then it would. If it's from pulling from a database, then yeah, it would have been non-existent, so it could have never displayed. So, depends on how it's called up, how it's recorded. I can see it being done either way, actually. So I'm not sure. Actually, it depends. When you go to watch something, can you highlight it? When you're watching the chat go by, can you highlight and copy something from the chat?
I don't know. I haven't tried.
I don't think I have either.
Let me just pull up a podcast here. I'll go ahead and use Clover's Firearm Friday. Okay. Chat's here. I see people talk. Oh yeah, you can like click on stuff just like
You got 4 thumbs down. That makes me think that it's coming from the database then.
so I can go to the person's channel, report them, and block them. Like it looks like a regular like chat box thing.
You think those 4 thumbs down are due to your opinions on dinosaurs and feathers?
Oh, you can scroll the live chat back up too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah, it works exactly like the regular chat. That's cool. I thought it just kept popping up, and so if you missed something, you were screwed. But no, you can go back and look at stuff. You can't see into the future yet, but like you can go backwards. Wait,
Well,
I have 4 thumbs down.
They are, yeah, you got 4 thumbs down. People only even barely a third, 2/3 of them tolerate you. Let's put it that way.
Dude.
They are running live chat with the replays of Love Shoes now. I don't think Rusty's sober. Well, they are running live chat with the replays of Love Shoes now. Makes no sense.
I think they're running the live chats with the replays of Love Shoes now. Like, I think the Love Shoes are what is now being replayed.
Love. And it's shoes now.
Love shows. He meant love shows. That makes way more sense.
Smeggy often does love cave shows.
Now he's fucking his phone. That's not how you're supposed to use it.
Well, that's why it's coming up with all kinds of weird just things in the text. Ah, well.
Yeah, you get what you get. Oh, you can't go back too far, Pink says.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I got this little scroll bar. Let me see if I can go like all the way back up to the top of this.
It depends on how many people have been chatting in a chat too, right? If 1 billion people were in there chatting up the whole time versus 2-3 people barely chatting. I've been in chats, or I've had chats where nobody even said anything. It's just because I'm out there calling them dicks. And
Oh yeah, no, it does, because like when I first start Clover's thing, the first comment something about, yeah, Night Strike's backing out of the blue dress idea or whatever. And then if I scroll in like 5 minutes and then scroll all the way up, like the first thing is, hey Alan. So it's like I can't see so it only goes back whatever, like I don't even know, 100 comments or something. So I guess even like I was thinking of like a super active like chat going way back and forth. Be like, that's cool. You can go back everything. But if people are still saying like 5 things a second, you'll use all that up pretty good. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I don't think I've like watched a thing yet and like paid attention to the chat while I was doing it. So a lot of times, like when I'm getting ready to go to sleep, I'll toss a chat on like on my phone or whatever, and then just like listen to it with my eyes closed and all that. As I'm trying to go to sleep, because I need like sound when I'm trying to go to sleep. I can't just lay in like in perfectly silent room. Like it just doesn't work for me. It's almost like, I don't know if you've seen these people that go to like the isolation tanks or whatever, like a little like a it's like a like tanning salon bed, but it's filled with water, and you like get closed up in there, and it's like perfectly pitch black and like perfectly silent. You just sit there and float. It's supposed to like whatever, relax you and clear your mind, and you can almost like go on a trip in there or whatever. Joe Rogan's been talking about it forever, so I'm sure he like gets all messed up and does it. And he's like, "Oh, I do my best thinking in there, blah blah blah." I think that would like freak me out. My brain would go into overdrive because I just know what it's like when I'm laying in bed with my eyes closed and it's silent. I'm thinking a mile a minute, and it's not productive thoughts.
I don't know. I haven't had that opportunity.
Well, I mean, have you ever been like, I don't know, like out camping or something where you're away from any type of like city noise and you're just like laying there like dark and quiet?
Oh yeah.
So
Count.
yeah, so do you find that easier to go to sleep, or like do you stay up? Because me, I'd end up like staying up all night just about.
No, I don't have any problem with it.
Hmm.
Depends. I mean, there's always particular circumstances or something, but for the most part, I'm not afraid of nothing. That with the silence or whatever, it's.
I guess my big thing is like my brain just keeps like thinking about stuff.
If I'm like wired on caffeine, if I'm like now, like I'm still drinking coffee and it's 2 a.m. Stupid. If I would just stop drinking coffee at 9, like for a long time, I quit drinking caffeine at 9, and then you're tired by 11.
I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but Scott
Mainly.
out there in the chat says that's what I usually do with G's chat, as in he puts it on to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's fine. You're because that's how I get the subliminal robots.
Oh, I forgot about that part. Buy stuff from gearwebsites.com. But yeah, I thought that kind of meant that maybe you were boring. So I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I don't give a fuck. So what was I saying about the coffee or being tired or something?
I don't know. You did mention that, but I thought you were about to transition to something.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I should fucking close it up too in the morning and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I was kind of about ready to crash out, so.
They have them things in my gym, right? So one membership, you can go to the gym anytime. And then for the other level of membership, it's like $10 or $20. That's not much different. $20 a month, you can go to any gym anywhere, right? So that's the big difference. So it's a no-brainer. You have to do the $20 membership, right? And there's only two. So I'm on the $20 membership, which is their bigger membership, right? So you get the thing to go into, basically there's like a robot clam, and you go in there, and there's like plastic, and you lay between some saran wrap, and then like big robot Pac-Man, I guess, clamshell thing like eats you, and then it sprays water on the plastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know if that would be the same because it would sound like a bunch of robots peeing on you, but you'd probably be relaxing and you probably could be similar, and it's free.
Yeah, I don't think that has the same effect, right? Like that's not because that does it what for like a almost like a massage or something, like having the water hitting you or whatever.
Yeah, it's a massage. It's just that way no human being has to touch you. Aqua massage, they're calling it. It's basically a robot bites you and then pees on you.
Well, I mean, you're inside its mouth, so maybe it's just like salivating, like at the idea of being able to eat you.
Exactly. And if it doesn't, if its acid salivas aren't able to neutralize you, then sneak out after.
So it eats you, tries to dissolve you, and then you escape.
Yep. You just gotta wish hard not to be dissolved in there. That's why I'm afraid to go in there. I'm so fucking sweet that fucking I don't want the rain ever.
You really should go in there one time and like as it's like closing, just go waka 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 waka.
Yeah. Ah. Well, no, that's the thing. I can't go in there, dude. I'm bigger than fucking Skynet, so I can't go in there. When I'm gonna fucking curl up in there, you know, in like a fetal position. No thanks. It'd like massage the sides of me.
Like stick your leg in there.
Yeah, really. I'll sit in it. How about that? I can't. It could pee on my butt. Oh, yeah. It's getting gross in here. All right. Over. Insist that this one be pulled off air. For the girl's sake, I feel about the girl's reputation. She's in here getting her reputation besmirched.
She probably got ate by a Pac-Man. I ain't pulling this one down. We had fun talking about emus earlier. That was at least half gun related.
I gotta do my taxes. I didn't even do them tonight. I didn't even think about
them. Well, I think I'm going to crash out. So, everyone listening, see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the thumbs up. If any of you listening gave a thumbs down, please write in the comment section after this renders why you gave me a thumbs down, your address, and what you want to say on your tombstone. I'm just kidding. I won't kill people. I would be interested though if you legitimately gave a thumbs down because like you thought we were being dumb or whatever. Then tell me. I'm just curious. I actually don't care that much, but kind of half curious. Or if you're just like, oh, joking around, gave you a thumbs down. Well, whatever. I don't care. So, and if you're not listening, because probably if you didn't like it, you already tuned out by now, then you won't hear this. So that's the thing. And G-Webs, thanks for coming in, hanging out with me all night, being able to actually stay awake and talk.
Right on.
And, yep, whatever. We'll see you all guys later in a different Smeggy Cave.